Anyway, JohnnySomali was arrested partially for his own safety because after days of him streaming himself being incredibly rude and disruptive in South Korea, there were literally hundreds of Asian people on the street, all hunting down a black guy to sucker punch.
JohnnySomali, once the wild face of live streaming chaos, now lives inside the wreckage of his own creation. The stunts that once made him viral have become his downfall, turning fame into a sentence. Once adored for controversy, he's now trapped in South Korea, grounded by law and shunned by the world. His passport means nothing, his name sparks outrage, and his audience has become his judge. What was once a show for clicks has turned into a courtroom drama, a fallen streamer watching the empire of attention burn to ashes.
Although Johnny is incredibly good at getting out of things. For example, somehow he was able to leave Israel a free man after he was arrested for harassing a military police officer.
It's a stunning downfall. Once, JohnnySomali strutted through Tokyo, taunting history and humanity alike, joking about Hiroshima, mocking commuters, and turning public spaces into his personal circus. With a smirk and a phone, he pushed every boundary of decency until the outrage became inevitable. Japan finally struck back. A conviction, a heavy fine, and a one-way ticket out. If he ever returns, it'll be as a documented criminal. But that was only the warm-up. The true collapse began when Johnny turned his camera and his chaos towards South Korea.
So he was living in Japan for a while, and one night he gets drunk and he live streams himself putting on a fake Asian accent, and he starts saying racist things on the subway.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki will destroy because you don't know how to behave. You know Hiroshima and Nagasaki. We're gonna do again.
Things didn't just spiral for JohnnySomali, they imploded. Within weeks of arriving in South Korea, his reckless antics, oiling and kissing memorials to wartime victims, dancing half-naked near statues honoring comfort women, ignited a national firestorm. His name wasn't just trending online. It reached the floor of parliament. Lawmakers debated his actions as a symbol of foreign disrespect gone too far. Public outrage exploded. A local YouTuber even offered a 1 million Korean wons, about $770, bounty for his location, and soon, clips of Johnny being slapped and kicked midstream spread like wildfire. Damn, Koreans going hard AF. We salute you, one viewer wrote. But the real blow came from the law. JohnnySomali, born Ramzi Caleb Ismail, wasn't first charged for desecrating monuments, but for a trail of chaos, harassing workers, blasting music in Seoul's metro, and creating disturbances in convenience stores. When told not to drink inside a 7-Eleven, he poured noodles onto the counter and hurled insults at staff, even turning violent when they intervened. Cameras caught everything. Soon came charges for obstruction of business, violating the Minor Crimes Act, and worse, digital mischief, deepfake creation, spreading North Korean propaganda, and alleged child harassment via AI voice donations. Now, his freedom is gone. With a travel ban in place and every move under surveillance, JohnnySomali has become the caged echo of his former self, trapped not by content bans or cancellations, but by the iron weight of consequence.
This is called merging in a charge. It is atypical for this to happen once, but it is completely unprecedented from the people I've talked to, lawyers, others in this process, to see this many merged into the case, which really means they are hitting him and with needles and needles and needles procedurally.
The most surreal twist in JohnnySomali's downfall is his unshakable belief that America will save him. He's clinging to what observers now call the MAGA delusion, showing up to every stream, every court date, in Trump's signature red cap, refusing to remove it even when judges demand respect. He declares, with total conviction, that no Asian country would dare imprison an American. It's no longer rebellion. It's denial turned into performance art, a desperate man trying to will his own rescue into existence. But reality doesn't play along. Behind the scenes, legal analysts following his case confirm the truth. The U.S. government isn't coming. The State Department views JohnnySomali, real name Ramzi Caleb Ismail, not as a citizen in peril, but as a diplomatic liability. To them, he's not a streamer lost abroad. He's a global warning about what happens when viral fame becomes a foreign incident.
This is called merging in a charge. It is atypical for this to happen once, but it is completely unprecedented from the people I've talked to, lawyers, others in this process, to see this many merged into the case, which really means they are hitting him and with needles and needles and needles procedurally.
And this is where the story takes a darker, more conspiratorial turn. With every escape route sealed, the rumor mill erupts. Some say Johnny hasn't just been abandoned, he's been deliberately cut loose. Whispers from supposed ex-intelligence insiders claim there's a quiet CIA blacklist, a shadow file for Americans who've become too toxic to defend. The theory goes like this: the US government, tired of the embarrassment, has struck an unspoken deal. Let men like JohnnySomali fade into legal limbo abroad. No extradition requests, no embassy calls, no rescue mission, just silence. For a man who once built his brand by mocking limits and daring the world to stop him, the final punishment isn't prison, it's indifference. Being ghosted by the country he thought would protect him may be the only consequence that truly cuts deep.
We have a trend that I called out in the beginning, and I said this would happen, and exactly as I predicted, we are seeing new charges added right before each court date. Every single
Desperation breeds innovation, or so the whispers claim. With every platform banning him and every income stream cut off, JohnnySomali is rumored to be turning his chaos inward into something far more dangerous. The latest chatter, part insider leak and part fever dream, paints him as a man waging digital war. Allegedly, he's using his AI know-how to create deep-faked, compromising material featuring prosecutors and judges, an unhinged bid to intimidate or extort his way out of legal ruin. If there's even a grain of truth to it, the fallout could be catastrophic. Cybercrime charges of that scale could stretch his sentence from a few years to decades, the kind of time that erases your name from memory. Legal Mindset, one of the few attorneys tracking the case, put it bluntly: if he's found guilty once, every repeat offense multiplies the punishment. The court won't hesitate to max him out. It's the ultimate losing hand, a digital standoff against a justice system determined to make him a warning to every would-be provocateur who mistakes attention for immunity.
And that extends the whole trial process by easily 2 to 3 months. So if he just pleaded guilty to that, things would be over pretty quickly. He would get his sentence and he would at least know what his fate is. But now they're deciding to extend the process for no real upside, and by him not pleading guilty, that just makes the sentence even harsher on him.
JohnnySomali isn't just a disgraced streamer, he's the face of a global problem. The nuisance influencer gone too far. In Japan, they disrupt trains. In Korea, they spark new laws. Once chasing fame, Johnny's now a warning sign. Play stupid games. When international consequences, his public apology only made things worse. After mocking a war memorial, locals forced him to bow on camera. He blamed cultural misunderstanding, but critics saw through it. Even in disgrace, Johnny couldn't stop performing.
This American influencer wants to be famous, but now he's probably going.
JohnnySomali's finances are in freefall. Even if he dodges a long sentence, legal experts estimate his defense could cost hundreds of thousands. Each day trapped in South Korea adds to the debt, and every major platform has cut him off. His only real audience now is the prosecution, and they're relentless. The lead prosecutor, known for a 90% conviction rate, keeps stacking new charges: obstruction, public mischief, digital crimes. Each hearing feels like a coin toss, but the odds are brutal. What started as a 6-month case could easily stretch into 4, even 10 years behind bars if the heavier allegations stick.
For the people out there, this is the sentencing range before today. It changes wildly, and you're going to see it in the best way. And that's the best way for me and those who want JohnnySomali convicted, and the worst way for JohnnySomali after this one is added. So
Johnny's delusions go far beyond the courtroom. Even now, he pops up on obscure streaming sites, still wearing his MAGA cap, ranting through Seoul streets, sometimes half-dressed. Each appearance sparks new outrage and another police visit. At this point, Seoul officers probably recognize him better than his former fans. On the eve of his first major trial, he went live again, spiraling so wildly that he showed up over an hour late to court the next morning. The chaos hasn't stopped. It's just turned tragic.
Okay, so we just got out of JohnnySomali's third court day here in the beautiful yet rainy Seoul, South Korea. And it's safe to say, last time things went terrible for him. Today things went awful, and honestly kind of embarrassing because a lot of the stuff they did not make sense whatsoever. Clearly, he was way more locked in. He realized how much he screwed up now, it seems like, and he's realizing, uh-oh, I might be stuck in prison for a long time.
Behind the bravado, the walls are closing in. Rumors say JohnnySomali is torching what's left of his future, allegedly trying to blackmail prosecutors with AI-generated images that could be traced straight to his own laptop. The US Embassy won't answer his calls. Every major platform has banned him. All that remains is the myth, a cautionary tale of clout chasing gone catastrophically wrong. His trial looms, with fresh charges and investigations stacking weekly. Each bounty placed on his head, each prosecutor preparing their case, makes it clearer. JohnnySomali has crossed a line he can't come back from, but outside the courtroom, a darker story unfolds. His downfall has ignited a new kind of vigilante spectacle, a fusion of online mob justice and real-world retaliation. Across South Korea, citizens, streamers, and digital detectives compete to find, confront, or even assault him. The chaos he once performed for clicks has mutated into something bigger and more brutal. The line between entertainment and vengeance has vanished, and JohnnySomali is now trapped in the show he can't turn off.
JohnnySomali is frequently getting arrested in foreign countries for his on-stream behavior, but they always let him go. With the amount of sentences this guy's avoided, you'd think he's autistic.
It began as online gossip, but when Korean YouTubers started offering real cash bounties, about 1 million Korean wons, $770, the game changed completely. What started as digital outrage turned into a nationwide manhunt. Every barista with a phone, every vlogger in Hongdae, every small creator hungry for clicks joined the chase. Johnny's live streams, once tools of control, became trackers for vigilantes. Some encounters ended in verbal shaming, others in punches and street chases broadcast live to millions. Each clip went viral, tagged and shared until he couldn't step outside without being spotted. Soon, chasing JohnnySomali became its own form of entertainment, a viral spectacle blending justice and mob mentality. What began as accountability now looks like obsession. And we're left to ask, is this justice served, or just another witch hunt dressed up as content?
So this turd, his name is JohnnySomali. Well, that's not his actual name. His real name is Ramsey.
As pressure mounts, JohnnySomali tries to flip the narrative. On fringe platforms, he calls himself a free speech martyr, a victim of cancel culture, not a criminal. His staged apologies and courtroom theatrics fool few. Evidence of harassment and chaos speaks louder. Public opinion has turned. To most, he's a reckless foreigner who went too far. To a fringe few, he's a rebel. But in Korea, his case is now precedent. Lawmakers drafting new rules to stop copycats, streamers rethinking their stunts. Whispers persist of a quiet US blacklist, leaving troublemakers like Johnny stranded abroad. True or not, the message is clear. Chase clout long enough and you'll face the consequences alone.
A kick streamer is facing 20 years in a South Korean prison after filming himself harassing women, trashing businesses, and disrespecting war monuments.